Hi everyone, it's me, Teresa Perrin. I wanted to do a video on NILE. It's a position I've had in my long-term account for quite some time, and one that I have recently been adding more to. They announced a dividend of something like a spin-off type company that we're going to discuss in this video, as well as some new filings which tell me that things are looking quite bullish for NILE going forward. I mean, guys, they have had good news after good news after good news, and this stock, it's not moving. So I believe it's strongly consolidating, and when it finally breaks out, I believe we're going to see a very massive move to the upside. I don't know how long it's going to be. So please, if you don't have money that you can sit on and let hold while you build your position, don't invest money that you need right away or you think is going to double or triple tomorrow, because I'm telling you, I don't know how long it will take for this to make a move. However, I think it's a great time to start consolidating and building a position in the stock, which is why I'm bringing it to your attention. Nothing I say is financial advice, so let's get started. All right, guys, so most of you know NILE as being a Bitcoin mining stock, and it has some subsidiaries and type spin-off things with some other aspects going on, one of which we're going to touch upon in this video. But I just want to give you an overall view of what we're dealing with so that these filings will be easier understood. So first of all, NILE is currently trading at 29.5 cents. Its volume today was 6.27 million, which was less than its average 3-month volume of 9.38 million per day. The 52-week low is $22.5, and the 52-week high is $2.95. Their current free float is 288.35 million shares, and total shares outstanding is 330.96 million shares. And this is important. You keep in mind these numbers. So if you need to, let me repeat them, write them down. 288.35 million is the free float, and the shares outstanding is 330.96 million. And here's just a quick look at the chart. So you can see, guys, this stock at one time was over $10. In fact, if you go back and look at the 5-year chart, it was actually trading much higher. And I'll let you look at that for yourself, because I think you'll see that it's quite a bargain right now. Now, this again was October of 2020, so it was a couple years ago that it was trading at $10, guys. But look, it's had runs to $8, $7. Right here, it broke out again to around $3 or $4, and it's just been like downtrending though. But guys, Bitcoin's also been downtrending. So when you're dealing with these mining stocks, a lot of them are beat down hard. Now, it does appear that Bitcoin may be making a comeback after it hit that 17,000 and change mark, 17,900 or whatever it was. So hopefully we see a move in some of these mining stocks to the upside soon. But NILE has some other information that I believe will come in handy. First of all, I want to tell you though, this comes from Milton Todd Alt, who is the owner and CEO. NILE will not seek a reverse stock split in 2022 and currently has no plan to seek one in the foreseeable future. This question has been asked and answered. I cannot be clearer. The 2022 proxy will not have a proposal asking stockholders to vote for a reverse stock split. Guys, I think that Mr. Alt is extremely frustrated with seeing all of the spammers, because if you go on any platform, they keep saying, oh, it's going to be delisted, it's going to reverse split, all the FUD that they like to spread about every stock. First of all, for a stock to get delisted, it takes a lot more than the price dropping. And they can always, once they get that notice, do a reverse split if necessary. However, guys, they have 6 months once they receive that letter, and then can file an additional 6-month extension. And guys, clearly Mr. Alt, invests his money. He puts his money where his mouth is, which is something that I like to see in my investments. Because if the CEO is buying the stock, you darn well better believe that he thinks that it's highly undervalued, or he wouldn't be buying it, okay? And he's buying it, and that's some of the filings that we're going to go over today. But first of all, I want to show you, let's see. So Actually, let me start with this one maybe. All right, so BitNile, information about the divestiture of Turn On Green and the anticipated dividend. Okay, so BitNile Holdings has another company under its subsidiary, guys, that they are essentially like they're calling it a divestiture, but I'd call it like a spin-off type company, which is going to be renamed to Turn On Green. Okay, and it already has, basically e-vehicle charging stations is what they're going to be focused on. And it already has this in place, guys. AC and DC smart charging stations. It's going to have a mobile functionality and commercial programs. And then it already has a management team, as you can see here. But guys, the best part about this announcement is here. The Turn On Green divestiture is completing its reverse merger with Power Solutions Company. Divestiture of Turn On Green by way of its acquisition by Imperialis Holdings Corp. And Imperialis Holdings Corp is, I believe, the company that's acquiring it. I don't fully understand how. I know that they're acquiring something inside that Alt owns as part of NILE. But this transaction created a separate publicly traded EV charging and power solutions company. That's the important part, guys. BitNile eliminated intercompany accounts, and Imperialis issued BitNile 25,000 shares of Series A preferred stock, with each such having a stated value of $1,000 and an aggregate liquidation preference of $25 million. BitNile will assist Turn On Green in pursuing an uplisting to the NASDAQ capital market. This company anticipates setting a record date to distribute BitNile's shareholders. Listen up, because this is where it gets good. BitNile shareholders approximately 140 million shares of Turn On Green common stock and warrants to purchase an additional 140 million shares of Turn On Green common stock. So guys, they're trying to get this company uplisted to the NASDAQ, and they are going to be given shareholders of NILE, which we need to wait for the filing to see how many we're getting. But remember I told you to write down those numbers of the shares? And the reason for that is because based on the 140 million shares that they're going to be issuing to shareholders and the 140 million warrants, I believe that it's either going to be 2 to 2.5. So for every 2 to 2.5 shares of BitNile that you own, I believe, and this is pure speculation based on the numbers, so it's not, unfactual, it's my understanding, is that we will be receiving for every 2 to 2.5, based on those numbers, shares that we own, we will be getting 1 share and 1 warrant of Turn On Green. And guys, this is supposed to be closed by the end of the year. So this is why I say it's 30 cents right now, essentially 29.5 cents per share of NILE. I don't know what this company is going to be valued at, guys, but if they're trying to list on the NASDAQ, I'm guessing it's about $3. So for every, let's say 3 shares for the sake of math, for every $1 you invest now in NILE, you could essentially own, or 90 cents actually, you could essentially own a share of Turn On Green as long as you hold them through this, whatever the date ends up being, probably into next year. So again, this is money that you have to be willing to hold on to into this stock. But if NILE starts going up, you're going to make money on that investment, and you're also going to be getting a share of Turn On Green and one of its warrants for every, essentially, let's say 3 for the sake of argument, but I think 2 to 2.5 shares that you own, guys. That's huge. That's free money. Think about it. So this is why I'm bringing this to you, because I see opportunity here. I see huge opportunity here. And I think there's a lot of money to be made from this. And I don't think they're calling it a spinoff because I think that they don't want the value taken out of NILE because they don't own it. This isn't part of that. So this is huge though, guys, for us. I mean, this can be essentially a good chunk of money, a good investment. Now, I want to show you that Mr. Alt is putting his money where his mouth is, and that he's also investing in Mix. Now, guys, NILE's investing in Singing Machine Company, which is Mix. So apparently he must think that it's undervalued. So add that to your watch list because there's a couple different filings. Look at this one here is for 400 shares that he acquired at $7.92 and another 1,200 he acquired for $7.72. Okay. So there's another filing too. And excuse me, these may be out of order. I just took them as the filings came. But here we go. BitNile Holding. Alton Milton C. Third. Look it. He purchased another 618,343 shares of NILE. Guys, he's putting his money where his mouth is. This is awesome. Absolutely awesome because this is what you want. A CEO that's investing in his company. I wish all of the stocks I was invested in had CEOs like this. Here again. Here's another order. He bought 160,000. shares of NILE. Okay, guys, this is all from September. This is what he's done the last few days. And he purchased more Mix under BitNile Holdings. So that means we as shareholders in NILE own shares of Mix too. Because he's buying this as like an investment, like you see people buy Bitcoin as an investment. So apparently he thinks that Mix is going to go up or he wouldn't be buying this. And look at here, $7.99. He bought 800 more shares. Guys, this is huge. Absolutely huge. So I just wanted to bring all of these huge announcements to us because I know it's frustrating as a NILE investor because, you know, it's been at this 29 cent, 28, 27. The low it dipped down to was like 22 cents, guys, for a long, long time. But it's okay. It's consolidation. Start thinking when a stock does that as it's your opportunity to just acquire and hold, acquire and hold. If you believe in the company, and clearly the CEO does, which tells me that it's probably a fairly safe investment, even though it's only 29 cents. Anyways, guys, that's all I got for you. If you like this content, please remember to like the video and subscribe if you haven't already if you want more. Thanks so much. Have a great day.